Hey, what's up guys? This is Justin. It looks like we're kicking off October with a bang. So without further ado, here's my review this week for Venom. So Venom starts off with this bioengineering company, the Life Foundation. They're basically just coming back from a mission to space with these 4 canisters that have these symbiotes in them. The Life Foundation's leader, Carlton Drake, has this crazy idea of bonding symbiotes to humans and wants to see what their potential really is. So he starts grabbing any bum he can find off the street to kind of volunteer to see if this process will actually work. After a few failed attempts of the symbiote trying to bond with these volunteers, it finds an unlikely host, Eddie Brock, and from here, Venom is truly unleashed. So one thing I have to get off my chest right away is, right before I saw the movie, I forgot the name of the main actress, so I went to go IMDb her, and one of the first 3 actors to come up was actually an actor that was in an after credits scene. I don't know why that would be right on top, but it kind of spoiled it for me, so please, if you can, avoid IMDb or any casting site. So this movie is creating a lot of internet buzz within the past week. The main thing that happened was Tom Hardy in an interview came out and said that his favorite scene was cut from the film, and he also said that about 30 to 40 minutes of this movie had just been completely cut out. The other story is Lady Gaga fans online, diehard fans, are going around to multiple review sites and trashing the film in the high hopes that A Star Is Born is going to do better in the box office this weekend. Seriously? This was one of my most anticipated films of the year. I was really excited to see a movie from the villain or anti-hero's perspective, and did it deliver? I think it did for the most part. So let's just get right into it and talk about the character of Venom. Venom and Eddie Brock were my favorite aspect of this film. It was really neat to see this Jekyll and Hyde type scenario where he'd be talking to himself and then Venom would be talking back and they would be having this inner argument between one another. When they announced it was PG-13, I was kind of bummed out. I just wanted to see Venom like truly unleash and go nuts. But to my surprise, he actually did. They really pushed that hard PG-13 rating for this. There was a lot of violence. There wasn't a lot of blood and gore for obvious reasons, but a lot of curse words. And honestly, this was probably the most brutal way you could portray Venom in a PG-13 film. As far as the anti-hero aspect goes, they did that pretty well. There was a lot of scenes where Eddie just let Venom completely take over and be as violent as possible. Was he shocked at certain things that Venom did? Yeah, but he wasn't like, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. We can tell that Eddie Brock is a good-ish guy. Definitely some dark sides to the character, so that's where Venom basically feeds off of. It's not like Tom Hardy did an Oscar-worthy portrayal of Venom, but I can really tell he put a lot of passion into the character. But let's face it, when it's Venom, it's a lot more fun than when it's Eddie Brock. They really did Venom justice. I wasn't even bothered by the fact that they kind of left out Spider-Man's ties to him for the origin story. So Riz Ahmed, if you're not familiar, who's from Rogue One and the miniseries The Night Of, which was outstanding by the way, go check it out. So he plays the character Carlton Drake, aka Riot. And I was really happy to see a bad guy actually be bad, not just one of those villains that's like, oh, I was misunderstood. I was doing it for someone else, so I'm not really a bad person. As I mentioned before, Tom Hardy said there's about 30 to 40 minutes cut out of this film. And during the third act, it was really obvious because there was probably scenes with Carlton Drake and Riot that were just completely removed. The editing felt a little weird in the third act to me. Jenny Slate's also in this. She plays a doctor working for Carlton Drake. Her character really didn't stand out to me at all, though. She was functional, I guess. Michelle Williams' character I really like, though. She's Tom Hardy's partner, and she actually works for the Life Foundation as well. She works for the Life Foundation. Tom Hardy's a reporter trying to expose people. You can see where that's going to be a problem. I want to get into the third act of this film. The third act is where it got a little messy to me. I can tell just by the editing that there was supposed to be probably like 10 to 15 minutes more in the third act, and it just went along so quick, and you're just like, what? So just like any other Marvel movie, MCU or not, they have 2 post-credit scenes for this film. One of them they actually showed a snippet of in the trailer itself. I don't get why they're doing that. They did that in Ant-Man and the Wasp, and they also did that with The Amazing Spider-Man. One thing to add is I did see it in an AMC theater. They were giving out free tie-in comics. Awesome. Even if it's not the full 30 or 40 minutes, I definitely feel like an extended version is needed for this film because certain scenes just felt like there was something missing. I really want to talk more about this movie, but if I do, I'm going to be getting into spoiler territory and I don't want to do that. So in the end, this movie was fun. Venom was really satisfying to see wasting guys left and right. There was a little bit of comedy in this. Some jokes landed, other jokes felt really awkward on Tom Hardy's part. The villain was functional, and the third act was a little bit rushed and sloppy. Either way, I think this is definitely a faithful adaptation of the Venom character, so guys, check this out. 7 out of 10.